Congress is considering reducing your chance for a rare disease treatment. Here's what you need to know. Last month, the House of Representatives passed their Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, wherein they repealed entirely the orphan drug tax credit. Now, this past Saturday, in the early morning hours, the Senate passed their version of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, wherein they did not entirely repeal the orphan drug tax credit, but they did cut the credit from 50% of qualified clinical testing expenses to 27.5%. The orphan drug tax credit is a part of a package of incentives that was passed in 1983 as part of the Orphan Drug Act. Specifically, the orphan drug tax credit allows research companies or pharmaceutical companies looking into developing a rare disease drug to take 50% of their qualified clinical testing expenses. This is crucial for those companies that are deciding whether to invest in a rare disease space where clinical trials are often very expensive, or the common disease space. In 2015, Nord and Bio did a report that found that without the orphan drug tax credit, 33% fewer drugs would have been developed in the years prior. They also found that there are 33% fewer drugs projected to be developed if the orphan drug tax credit is to be repealed. So if the orphan drug tax credit is repealed, we are looking at 33% fewer rare disease drugs on the market. That is just devastating for patient organizations, the rare disease community, and everyone who cares about rare disease patients. Now that both the House of Representatives and the Senate have passed their versions of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, it will go to a conference where they will hash out the differences in the bill. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate will send a group of negotiators or conferees to the conference, and they will have to determine what the final bill will look like. Now, since the House of Representatives repealed entirely the orphan drug tax credit and the Senate cut the credit down to 27.5%, there is a question remaining of what will happen to the orphan drug tax credit. We are strongly advocating that the orphan drug tax credit be strengthened, or at the very, very least, be maintained at 27.5% and not go any lower. It is so crucial that the orphan drug tax credit not be repealed. You can get involved by going to rareaction.org/saveorphandrugs. It's a website on our Rare Action page that has tons of information and resources about how to call your senators and your representative, how to email your senators and representative, how to send tweets, how to send Facebook posts, how to take videos of yourself and post them, all while tagging your senators and representative. These are all ways that you can get involved and implore Congress that they strengthen the orphan drug tax credit, or at the very minimum, not repeal and keep it at 27.5%.